Vlogmas day 17. I hope you're all doing really well. I feel full of the joys of spring this morning, which was not the first case this morning when I first woke up. So I left you last night as I was I think I was unpicking, wasn't I, my dress that I was making, the sparkly Pinafore dress, and I basically carried on to the point that I overlocked both side seams, and in the process of doing that I broke an overlocker needle. Luckily I had some more, so I replaced it, rethreaded it, you know, and then I then attached the facing onto, I think it was onto the actual top of the Pinafore dress itself. But before that I did decide to overlock around some of the edges because they were starting to fray, and in the process of doing that I broke another overlocker needle. So yeah, not best pleased. I need to have a good look into my machine because I haven't found either ends, so they're probably in the machine somewhere or they pinged off somewhere and they're on the floor, so I need to make sure I've got the hoover out underneath all my table, etc., like that as well. So yeah, this dress, which I first said was going to be a quick make, is turning out to be one of the longer makes, as is always the case when you think you're going to have a quick make. So yeah, I went to bed last night, probably, I think it was gone 11, which is quite late for me. I try to get to bed before 10, really. About 10 o'clock is my latest usually, and then I tend to watch something and then turn it off and go to sleep, or read a bit. But last night, yeah, I went off, gone 11, and you know that feeling when everybody else has gone to bed and the house is dead quiet, and I've just felt like I was making loads of noise because I had to put the iron away, the ironing board, tidy up all my mess, you know, because I had stuff all over the dining room table. So, you know, that's where the boys have their breakfast in the morning, and Simon comes down early on a morning anyway. So the last thing he wants to walk into is like just chaos where sequins have pinged off everywhere as well. So that's all over the floor. James, bless him, had actually hoovered up last night for me, because I'd left some sequin mess in the back room, so he did that. And then I said to him this morning, I said, I'm really sorry, but I've now got sequins everywhere. He said, yes, I noticed, Mum. Shall I do it now for you? Bless him. So no, I said, leave it for me, because I'll sort it out, because I need to make sure there's no pins on the floor and find those needle ends. But yeah, that is quite frustrating that it's actually the needle that snapped was the same one both times, and it's like the replacement ones that I've used, so it isn't the original that came with the machine, and they are slightly different to the ones that came with the machine. I've noticed that the eye is slightly smaller as well, so it's a little bit more difficult to thread. So I think I need to order some specific for my machine, if I'm honest. So yeah, so I went to bed feeling quite raw because once I'd tried the dress on as well, I wasn't overly happy with how it was looking, and I felt like with the sequin fabric, because it's got that bit stretch in it, it was playing against the other fabric a little bit. And I haven't had that issue before when I've done like a denim Pinafore dress. Like, the lining hasn't had stretch in comparison to the denim, which has had a little bit of stretch, but I suppose the denim is a lot more of a rigid fabric, isn't it? So this one is a lot more lightweight, and it's actually quite a lightweight sequin fabric in comparison to any other sequin fabric that I've used before. But saying that, it is quite nice to sew with because it tends to go through the machine okay, other than the overlocker. I did think I'd gone over a pin at one point, but no, it's definitely a sequin, which I was quite surprised at because they're quite small sequins and they're not really hard, you know. Yeah, they're absolutely tiny sequins on these on this dress. But anyway, I was feeling a bit deflated and disappointed with how the dress was turning out last night, and I decided to continue to the point of putting the facing on, and then I've also attached the straps and just pinned those in place for now. And I've tried it on again this morning and I feel a lot happier with it. So when I went to bed last night, I literally could not switch off. It was on my mind for an hour. I was just laying in bed thinking about this dress, thinking about it. Oh goodness me. Sometimes this is why late night sewing isn't the best, is it? And also when you're rushing to get it done for an event in a couple of days. Excuse me, my frog is back again, as you can hear. So yeah, that was a little bit annoying. Anyway, so then I woke up a bit grumpy this morning because of it, and then I decided, right, just get yourself ready, Karen, and then try it on and see what you think about it. So I did that, and in actual fact, I like it. And I think it's going to be okay. So all I need to do now is literally sew around the top edges where the facing is to hold it into place, because I haven't understitched it, because you can't really do that on this sequin fabric. It doesn't really work. So I'm going to go around the very edges, and you're not going to be able to see the stitching line because it's sequin fabric anyway. And then I'll anchor it into place down the side seams, and I would like to bias bind around the edge of the facing as well, just to give it a bit more stability. And then all I need to do is hem the dress itself, and also to sew the straps in place. Actually, I was going to sandwich them in. Sorry, I've just noticed the camera slipped a bit. I was going to anchor them in between the facing and the you know, the dress itself, but it was just proving difficult as to know where I wanted it. So in the end, what I've done is I'm just going to hand sew it into place on the other side, and then I can move them any other time if necessary, you know what I mean. And then all I've got to do is hem it, which I am going to bias bind the hem as well, just because I like the length as it is, and I perhaps should have added an inch onto the length. Gosh, I've been waffling about this dress for 5 minutes odd. Anyway, so that's the palaver that I had last night. I'm happy with it now. So I'm just sat in the car park at work. I've driven to work again today because another busy day, but it's a really exciting one. So I'm going out on a school trip with the year 10s, and we are off to watch Wicked. So I'm really looking forward to that. Although with my late night and not getting to sleep very early, I'm worried that I'm going to fall asleep, because it is a really long film. I think it's like 3 hours or something like that. I don't know, we shall see, but hopefully it'll be okay. I'm going with the year 10s, yeah, so that should be interesting. And in actual fact, I've brought some chocolate with me for a few of the year 10s, because I challenged them on Friday to get 3 reward points in a day, because some of them are little minxes, and yeah, they tend to get naughty points all the time. So I was like, right, I'm challenging you to get 3 reward points in a day, and I said I would treat you to a chocolate if you do get one. And we did have like a big tub of heroes in the library, but Brooke, my colleague, she gave them away to some other students. So I was like, oh no, I've got no chocolate to give them now. So I ended up buying a few bits last night from Aldi for them, so I've got that to give them today, so they can have that at their cinema trip. I'll have to get them secretly, otherwise it looked like favouritism. Yeah, so that's exciting that I've got that today, and then I should get back just before having to go and pick up the boys. So I'll be picking up the boys from school, and then we're going around to our friend's house, literally, who lives about 5 doors down from us, for a play date after school, basically, because I've not seen her for ages, because she actually started work at the same time as me at a different school, plus she's heavily pregnant. She's literally due next week. Well, she's been induced next week, but looking at her, she might not even get there. God, she looks massive. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a catch up with her. Fingers crossed she hasn't gone into labour today. And then I'll be opening my advent calendars with you later on. So I haven't had a chance to do that. So again, I'm going to have 2 to do today now, because I should have opened Angela's yesterday and I completely forgot about it. I just got myself in a tiz with what day I was on. And then I'll be doing Becky's sewing studio as well. So that's 2 advents later on. So whether the boys will open them with me or not, I'm not too sure. We shall see, because we are getting to that time of the year where they're getting a little bit tired, and you know, it's the end of the term, and yeah, there's a lot of arguing and fighting taking place this week. Me and Simon have felt quite exhausted. You know, but yeah, boys will be boys, as it were. No, so I'm looking forward to today anyway. So I'll love you and leave you for now, and I will catch you a little bit later on today, and I'll let you know my thoughts on the film if you are planning to go and see it and you haven't seen it as yet. Yeah, and I'll open my advents with you later on. All right, take care. Bye. Right, hello, I'm back from work. I'm back from watching my film, and I have to say I really did enjoy it. And although it was a film that was like 2 hours 40 minutes long, it didn't actually feel that long, to be honest. So that was really good, and everybody had a great time. Some of the boys didn't enjoy the film so much, but I'm not really surprised, because it is a musical. I mean, I've never actually gone and watched the musical Wicked at the theatre or anything like that before, so I wasn't really sure of what the storyline was about, but it's basically before Oz, before the Wicked Witch of the West, I think it is, and the Wicked Witch of the East, and that kind of thing. But yeah, it was really good. I truly enjoyed it. I did miss a segment of it because I had to take some students to the toilet, which was a bit frustrating, but you know, so be it. It was a good afternoon out. I really enjoyed it, and it's only about 15 minutes on the coach there and back as well. So yeah, that was that then. So then I've just picked up the boys and I've come back home, so I thought I'd share with you my advent calendars. I do feel quite tired after yesterday's late night and not sleeping all that well, but I am going to continue with my dress. I'm going to persevere and see it through to the end, and hopefully I will be 100% happy with it once it's finished, because certainly trying it on this morning has helped, made me set my mind in stone that I am going to continue with making it. So at one point I felt like just tossing it in the naughty corner, but I'll show you how far I've got with it. So I've got it here on the hanger. So this is how it's currently looking. So it's got pins all around the edge at the moment because I've just pinned the facing into place as I've pressed it, so it's nice and crisp. And I just need to go around with the edge, you know, edge stitching basically to keep that in place. And then I've just pinned the straps in place at the moment because that is sitting where I want them to. Like I say, usually I would sandwich them in between the facing and the outer fabric, but I haven't done that just because I was just trying to get it to a point of where I was able to try it on properly, and without the facing on I couldn't really do it. So I have got just these pieces hanging. So what I'm probably going to do is actually hand sew those into place, or maybe even catch them in when I do the edge stitching around the edge, and then do a very small hem on the bottom of the strap, but cut off quite a lot of the excess, not all of it but some of it. Yeah, so that's how it's looking. So at the moment it is just unhemmed. I don't know if you can really, not be able to see that because I can't lift it all the way up. And then the back again has got pins all around the outside, but as you can see it has got that centre seam, and that's gone okay actually. There's not too much puckering on that, because this particular sequin fabric is very stretchy in comparison to any other sequin fabric I've used, and it is very, very lightweight. If I pick just the sequin fabric up, you can see how lightweight that actually is. But yeah, when I tried it on this morning, I was happy with how it was looking. So fingers crossed, I will be happy with the finished result. Yeah, and I'm happy with how that pocket is looking as well. So I've just used the lining fabric. Maybe the lining fabric was a little bit too lightweight. And I know one lady commented in the comments yesterday to say that she does a lot of costumes and that usually you should use the same sort of consistency of fabric on the inside as you are the outside. So maybe something with a little bit of stretch would have been better. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for next time. There is a next time if I make anything with sequins. But yeah, you can see how my ring light is picking up the sparkles, you know, the sequins on that. So it's quite nice. It's got that effect to it. So yeah, we'll see how we go this evening, and hopefully it won't be too much of a late evening tonight sewing that. Although I do have my cocoa top to do with the jersey fabric. But if I finish that tonight, then at least I've got tomorrow night to do it. It just means that I've been sewing all this week and haven't given any attention to Simon. But I'm sure he'll forgive me because I'm planning on putting my sewing stuff away this Friday, after this Friday really, so that we've got the table available for when we have guests around next week for Christmas. So yeah, right. Also as well, I have got to bias bind the inside of the facing and also the hem of the dress. So I've got here, I've got my label tin out. It's not what I wanted. I've got my label box out. That's got all my labels from this Specky seamstress in there. In that box, and then I've just got my other labels in there from other label companies and stuff. So I need to get my box of bias binding out because I was going to use some bias binding for the hem and for the bottom of the facing. So that's what I plan to do. Right, so I've got 2 advent calendars then to open today because I forgot to do Angela's yesterday. How rude of me. And I haven't had a chance to catch up with Angela's vlog as yet from yesterday because she didn't upload it till this morning. So I need to catch up with her. So I can't remember what I got for her yesterday. But yeah, so I think Harry's going to come in and help me open these. So bear with me and I should go and get it. Right, Harry's just coming in there. Right, so it's day, in Becky's sewing studio, 17. It's day, yeah, 17. And then yesterday's 16 for Angela's one. Okay, so we're doing Becky's sewing studio first then. Oh, a long one today. Right, show that to the camera. How does it feel?
Feels like sticks.
Feels like sticks. Oh, it does. Okay, open it up then.
Pencils.
Oh, pencils. Okay, let's just have a look at the bottom. Are they normal
to sew?
Oh, so they've got little printed words on them. Love to sew. Go on then. What's that say?
Happy Stitcher.
Yeah.
And fabric addict.
And what's this one say?
So fabulous.
So fabulous. All right. So I'm guessing these are normal pencils, but they are nice because
well, if you look at the leads.
Yeah, I think it's just normal, isn't it? Are they just normal ones? I think so.
Yep,
yeah,
just normal.
Just normal ones. That's nice. So I'll be using those, no doubt, for making my. So Angela's then, it's day 16 for Angela's one. Not many left now, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, show the package on the screen. 16, so it's a flattish one. Let's have a feel.
It's got something there.
Oh
no.
Oh no. I like them, thank you very much. Oh, there's some beautiful earrings, and these are obviously from Jazz and Wow. Absolutely beautiful they are, Angela. Thank you so much. And Becky, you're so talented. They are lovely. Oh, they're really pretty, aren't they? I know you don't like them because Harry doesn't like me wearing dangly earrings. for some reason. I really like them. They're a nice colour. Really pretty colour they are. Thank you so much. I will definitely be wearing those. Oh, maybe they might even go with what I'm wearing, actually. Yeah, because they've got all the colours in there. Beautiful. Thank you so much. What a treat. Right, I shall love you and leave you for now then. I'm going to crack on with my afternoon with the boys. We were supposed to be going around to my friend's house for catching up and having a play date with her, but unfortunately her son has been sick today, and the last thing I want is the boys catching any bugs before Christmas, and sickness bugs are the worst, aren't they? So I was just like, you know what, we're just going to have to meet up after Christmas once the new baby has arrived. So that would be nice, but it was a bit of a shame really, because we were looking forward to having a catch up. So yes, I'm going to be getting on with getting the dinner sorted, and then I will do some more of my sewing, and I will hopefully share with you later as far as I've got with that. Fingers crossed that it will be finished, and then I may well, if I get time, start my cocoa top. If not, I will do that tomorrow night, and I will do that in one go. Although I am going to have to sort out my overlocker, aren't I? Because I need to put a new needle in it and rethread it all again and give it a good clean out to see if I can find those needle ends, because I don't want that breaking my machine. That would be tragic. Right, I shall catch you a little bit later then. Here it is, all finished, bar one little job that I have to do at the bottom of the hem. It didn't quite catch the sequins. So I have a couple of clips just there, and I just need to hand sew on the other side. There is a slight bit of pooling here for some reason. Well, we know why. It's because this fabric is stretchy and the underneath is not. So yeah, lesson learnt for next time. But when it's on, it looks fine. It's not perfect, but it's certainly wearable. And I'm really pleased with how it's kind of turned out after the battle that I've had with it. And actually on the inside, I have put some bias binding around the edge from the Specky seamstress that says made in 2024. So I needed to get that used, obviously. So I've just put that on the bottom of the facing itself. I just need to give it a final press and then just catch stitch it down there as well. So a few small bits of hand sewing to do. But yeah, the straps are sewn in place. I have just got them long at the moment, so I am going to cut that off and then just hand sew that section in. So yeah, like I say, a few bits of hand sewing, and then on the other side I did manage to bias bind, again using some bias binding from the Specky seamstress in this lovely heart measuring tape, because I needed to keep as much length as possible. So yeah, that's actually worked out quite well, and you can't really see the stitching line. So it's not too bad, you know, because it's kind of in with the sequins. So yeah, overall, I'm pleased with how this dress has turned out, and I will show you me wearing it probably on the day when I'm about to go out, because now I've got my pattern pieces out here ready to do the cocoa. So that's my next job. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.